Roll the corn. We know the truth now. Peace to my beautiful people from this beautiful land. I love you, and I'm in love with you. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Put where you're from, and put the corn in the chat. Put where you're from, and put the corn in the chat. We know the truth now. Daryl Harden, what's up, brother? OB Ja, roll the corn. Real history where we know the truth now. Shreveport, boot up. Augusta, Georgia. Chaos, what up? Hit the like button, hit the share button. Put where you're from and put the corn in the chat. Chief Noble, Dundada. Appreciate you, brother. Hit the like button, hit the share button. If you on YouTube, put a comment, hit the like button, hype the video. Because like I told y'all yesterday, the White Falcon is out. It's time for the Great Awakening. Roll the corn. We know the truth now. Make dreams count. What up, fam? Mountain Hawk, Virginia, roll the corn. Tamarisk. Roll the corn. Trina White, what's up? Laddie 176, roll the corn. I love you and I'm in love with you. Peace to my beautiful people from this beautiful land. I love you and I'm in love with you. We know the truth now. Now, today, I'm going to go over a book. I'm going to go over a book today, and I'm going to also go over some other stuff I want to show people before I started going through the book. This book I'm finna show y'all is very, very, very interesting to our history, right? This is ancient American history. Don't nobody talk about. We got to start talking about what culture is on this land and what are they doing way back in BC times of our people, because that is the history that is hidden from us. That's the history that's hidden from us. Now, everybody know this flag. I'm gonna start with this. Everybody know this flag, people. Confederate flag, they want to call it. They want to call it the rebel flag, or these people have no history. Y'all know when I get the toothpick, it gets serious. Y'all know when I get the toothpick, it gets serious. Now, these people have no history. They have no flag that goes along with Ty Mary. They have coat of arms and flags from across the water, but they don't have no indigenous American flag. The rebel flag is not their flag, people. You gotta understand where these symbols come from and take these symbols way back to ancient times. Nothing is new under the sun. Nothing. Now in Mexico, we seen melanated Indians with this same X across their chest. on artifacts. Melanated Indians with the same X across their chest. Olmecs, X. Mississippians, X's and crosses. What does that come from? Let's keep going. Now, the black land. The black land. Chickamauga. Lookout Mountain. The black land. Chickamauga Indian. The Lookout Mountain. You have to break down what is on here. Lookout Mountain is the mountains in North Georgia. Going into Chattanooga, Tennessee, I think. Right? That area was said to have pyramids, people. Paleo-Hebrew all over the side of the mountain in Lookout Mountain, Georgia, and North Georgia and South Tennessee. The black land. They ain't talking about black people. What they talking about? They're not talking about black people, what they talking about. It's telling you straight up what they telling you. What you think that mean right there, the black land? Put it in the chat. I ain't talking about no black people. They would call themselves black. Roll the coin. Here go the tribe name right here. The black soil, people. This is always called the fertile land, the land of abundance, the black land, the fertility land. See, melanated Indians knew what the name of the land was. This ain't the black belt. This the black soil. That's why they call it the black land. You get it? Put the coin in the chat. See, we misinterpret this stuff. You can't misinterpret it, or you're gonna miss the message. Don't misinterpret nothing. Take race and religion out of the thinking. Take race and religion out of your... See, race and religion limits your ability to understand your culture. Every time we hear black, we just think of black people. No. Take race and religion out of your thinking. When I say Paleo-Hebrew, I mean agriculture languages. That's what I mean. I don't mean Abrahamic religions. I'm talking agriculture. I'm talking about where it come from. Now, the black land means the black fertile soil of the southeast of Mary. Not the black people. Don't get that shit confused. Chickamauga. Roll the coin. Show you how great your people is. Let me show you how great your people is before I move on. What they say right there? What they say right there? Hold on. For anybody with eyes, you can see. What they say right there? Chickamauga Castle. Chickamauga, Tennessee, Chattanooga, right in the area of Lookout Mountain. Chickamauga Castle, built with beautiful stone. Still stands today, still as beautiful as the day our people made it. Chickamauga, Chattanooga, Lookout Mountain, Castle. See that damn flag pole? See that pole? See all this? What y'all think was at these places when they came? This right here. Roll the corn. What y'all think was there when they pulled up? Original flags. These flags. Roll the corn. Roll the corn. Now, what the hell going on with the... Come on, TikTok. It don't make no damn sense. All right, okay. Roll the cord. Let me move this out the way. Now, Chickamauga, Lookout Mountain, black land with the cross. Let's go back. Chickamauga castles on the black land, the fertile land of the Southeast. It all starting to make sense. Okay. Now, truth now. These are Native Americans. Chickamauga, Native, no the hell it ain't. Let's keep looking. Nigger Jack was a black Chickamauga black Indian. Roll the corn. Do anybody understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Let me take you through that one more time so you can put all the pieces together. Where the hell was Nigger Jack? Chattanooga. You hunter-gatherers. Y'all is some land hunter-gatherers, bro. Let's go back for the new people in the chat. Cause I want y'all to learn this. The fertile land of the black land, Shiloh, Chickamauga, Lookout Mountain, Chattanooga, North Georgia. Melanated people fled. Roll the corn. Melanated people's flag. Chickamauga. Then you go right to Chickamauga. You go right to the castle. Chickamauga Military Park. Tennessee River. This ain't no damn military park. Our people built that shit. Chickamauga Castle. Chickamauga flag that goes back way farther than the Chickamauga, but I'm just teaching y'all what's on the land right now. Chickamauga flag. Then you get Nigger Jack was a black Chickamauga from Chattanooga. Chattanooga. Then the damn castle sit in Chattanooga. Okay, we get it now. Nigger Jack Dam, shell mounds. Oh my God. I'm gonna let that brew in your head for a second. I'm gonna let that brew. Y'all think about this. Roll the corn. coin in the chat. Put the coin in the chat. So we got Nigger Jack, also known as Nigger Jack, was a black Chickamauga black Indian. This ancestor led raids against the colonial rebel army. The rebel army? Oh, y'all took the rebel flag from the Chickamauga. Oh, shit, now I get it. Now I get it. Y'all took the rebel flag from black Indians. Because he fought against the rebel army. Now, you hunter-gatherers take over the people, I guess, and take their flag, and now y'all the rebels. You dirty, low-down motherfuckers. Roll the card. Now I get it. Nigger Jack fought against the rebel army. So you gotta put your history together. Ain't nobody gonna do it for us. Ain't nobody gonna do this for us. We gotta do it ourselves. Now, Nigger Jack, Chickamauga, led raids against the the colonial rebel army. This is where the rebel army get the flag from. This is a melanated Indian's flag. They had castles and shell mounds and beautiful things on the land when this stuff was taken. Facts. Now let's go back a little farther. Let's go back a little farther. See that? This in North Georgia also. See that? Is this the ancient symbol of the X with all these other Hebrew symbols right on it? A yin, quaff. Is this the ancient symbol where the X come from? As the Indian progresses in America, they have their own flag with their ancient symbol right on it. Very, 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 very possible. Because everything comes from ancient culture. With our people, nothing is new. So they try to teach you that new things are going on that we did. Right? It's not new. It has been going on for a long time. Chickamauga Indians built castles, shell mounds. Their towns are under dams. Their towns are under dams. These melanated Indians had caves and everything, people. These melanated Indians had caves and everything. Let me show you. All this stuff go together. Nigger Jack Cave. Watch this. Think it's a joke? You think our ancestors didn't know what our ancient ancestors was? What this called? Nigger Jack Cave. Right there. Now, the singer Johnny Cash, the white boy, lived out that way by the Nigger Jack Cave. Johnny Cash used to go out there and just sit out there in the Nigger Jack Cave in a boat. In his later years, he just used to go out there and just sit out there. He had songs and quotes and everything about the Nigger Jack Cave. Johnny Cash, the singer. Facts. But it's there, people. So ancient ancestors of melanated Indians come out of their cave. Nika Jack still knew where that cave was as a melanated Indian, a Chickamauga Indian. And the army finally caught up with him later, right? But he was sending attacks on rebels. And then the rebels take the rebel flag and make it theirs. That's how they end up with the so-called rebel flag. And our people think that that flag come from white folks. It does not come from them. Roll the coin. It's not even their history. They stole it. Let's keep going. Something else I'm looking into. Old maps of America. Before I get into the book. Old maps of America. Ophir. O-P-H-I-R. Number 19. This is it in this is it in Hebrew. Ophir. Ophir, however you say it, 19. Let's go look at what that is. Ophir is an ancient region, a port, renowned in the Bible for its unparalleled wealth, particularly fine gold, precious stones, exotic goods like almug wood, sandalwood, ivory, monkeys, and peacocks. It is primarily remembered as a legendary destination of King Solomon trading fleets. Ophir. Ophir. Right? These ships sailed to Ophir and returned every 3 years with immense riches, used to build the first temple in Jerusalem and Solomon's palace. Now, see, let me tell y'all something. Anybody think that ancient history ain't real? Because it's in the Bible. They crazy. They ain't done no research. They don't know what nothing mean. They don't know what nothing is. They don't know what the teaching of it was. Just because them people had their hands on it, don't mean it's all fake, people. Now, ancient region, a port in the Bible with gold, precious stones, exotic goods, incense, ivory, monkeys, peacocks. They came back every 3 years. 3 years with immense riches, used to build the first temple. So the stuff they got from Ophir, whatever, built the first temple in Jerusalem on the east side. Right? Because they're going back on the ship. Let's keep going. Let's go back to the map. Let's go back to the map. Ophir. Let's go look at the map. 19, huh? 19, what the hell is it? 19, Ophir? Where in the, hold on. Roll the coin. Bro, that's California. That is California. That is California. Oh my God. Roll the coin. That is Cali, big dog. There go the river right there running out the Pacific. That's Cali right there. Gold, sandalwood, peacocks. That is Cali, bro. Oh my goodness. Hold on, y'all. Put the card in the chat. Roll the card. Peacocks. Peacocks. Damn peacocks. They got peacocks from Cali, huh? Okay. Gold and peacocks. Okay. Okay. You think a peacock over there in the Middle East, you lost your damn man. Peacocks. Cali. Okay. Let's go back. Let's go back. It's just off the dome, man. It's just off the dome, because I already know where this stuff come from. 19 Ophir, 19 Cali. What they get out of there? What come out of there? Peacocks. Gold, precious stones, peacocks, monkeys. Every 3 years. Let's keep going. That's crazy work. Let's keep going. Roll the corn. Now, Sulfurmos. Okay. Let's go see. Sulfurmos. Seraphim. Right? Let's go see. What's going on with that? Hold on. It placed the settlements of the descendants of Shem in the New World. Okay. So Sulfurmos in the Americas, depicted on the map in South America, in America's Southwest. So 22. But on this map, it looked like it's in Mexico somewhere. Right? 22, 21. And you also have in the American Southwest, down into Mexico, some type of ancient places. Crazy, right? It's crazy. Trying to get y'all the name of this map. Here goes some other parts of it. Miss, Gather, Hull, Aram, Semitic. I'm gonna do some more research on that one. But this is what I came to show y'all today. Now, before I keep going, let's check this out. Now, the Canaanite head and the ancient Hittite. Now, Canaanites was wearing headbands, right? Headbands. Just like the people of Punt. Beards and headbands. Now, they say these people are from Tamari. When you see the headband on their head, like the people of Punt, right? Let me show you. Show you what I mean. See how you got the headband on? Now, we got to start looking at this type of stuff. Now, see the lay in the punt? See the headbands? See the headbands on the lay in the punt? Now you go to the counter night headbands. Right here. On the right. Deep. We're going to do some more research on that too. I'm just showing y'all what I be researching before I break the whole thing down. But let's get into this book. I want y'all to read this book right here. Ramses III, the father of ancient America. Ramses III, the father of ancient America. Look at that. This is a book. Let's look into it. Check it out. And they changed the visual scene where there had been farms and small villages. There now grew great ceremonial centers with massive stone carvings and pyramids with temples. Now, for the first time, the trade and industry flourished. Arts and crafts became specialized. People learned the rudiments of writing and enjoyed specific sports. Rituals and ceremonies were performed. Gods with attributes were worshipped. Ideas of the afterlife gave hope. A collection of conscience grew. A hierarchy involved with kings, priests and soldiers, commoners and slaves. Right? That's what they say. Now, so it was surely fair to say that the Egyptian voyages to Mexico, right? Let's keep going. Now, it says, through journeying in the land, the cultural ideals spread, and through the strength of oral tradition, they survived and became permanent inheritance. So it's surely fair to say that the Egyptian voyage to Mexico, for which the evidence is set out here, was one of the most momentous voyages ever to have been undertaken to Mexico. The first chapter is reconstructed and summarized from the author's work, right? The old world on the new through the phase was the most crucial because it was formation. One of which high civilization first appeared in America. Settlements on the Gulf Coast, the Egyptian Olmec culture. The Egyptian Olmec culture made forays into the highlands of Mexico. A contingent of them migrated to South America and transmitted their powerful. Now, they're trying to say Ramses is the father of the Olmec, right? That's what they're trying to say. Mexico is a land of volcanoes, but there is one very special volcano, a distinct one that lies in the heart of the Olmec, right? Now they're looking at these figures from Olmecs and Egyptians, and they're saying they're very, very similar, right? Very, very similar. Let's keep going. Observe figure 1 closely. He has a jaguar mask above his head, and he squats holding a bar with both hands. Notice the way he is sitting. He uses one foot as a cushion, while the other leg is folded back at the knee. This is a unique posture, the art of the entire ancient world, and mainly, right, oarsmen in Egyptian boats sit in this manner. So he could be an oarsman. But why are the oars short? Either because the difficulty of carving full-length oars cut of a single block of stone, or because they were merely symbolic. Let's go back. See the oars? So they're saying the Olmec sitting posture is just like an Olmec oarsman, an Olmec ship, an Olmec sailor sits like this. So they are putting together the Olmec sitting posture with the sitting posture in Egypt on the boats, connecting it like these could be people from America in these boats, because they sit just like the statue. Let's keep going. Interesting. Now, as they show the depiction of it again, Olmec's Egyptians, right? A headcloth whose lappets fall over the ears onto the shoulders. It is called Nemes, crown in Egypt, and worn only by the pharaoh. Again, only the pharaoh could wear a uraeus on the bow, on the brow, which is a fire-spitting serpent. The Mexican figure has a serpent beside the brow, and they are actually flame-like. Finally, the addition of the posture, the oars, the apparel, and the snake diadem both have 3 crosses over the head. In Egypt, they are hieroglyphic signs for city and imply here that the heavenly city in the underworld, and similarly in Mexico, the cross is in disc signifies the sun in the underworld. The cross over the head signifies the underworld. Egyptians with the cross over their head. Olmecs with the cross on his head. Then everything comes together. Melanated Indians in the South got a cross on their flag. Shit deep now. Stick with me. It's deep. It's deep. It's deep. It's deep. It go way back to what you think it go back. I'm telling you right now. Let's keep going. Now, this symbolism is so similar in ancient times that you got to pay attention to it. Let's keep going. Now, Ramses writes in his inscriptions that he has actually reached this mountain in the far west of the world. Ramses writes in his inscription that he has actually reached the mountain in the far west of the world, which was known as Manu. A statue of himself is in it would be an insurance or resurrection there, just as a servant statue would commonly put in Egyptian tombs to ensure that they would come alive to serve in the hereafter. Such a statue would not doubt have been present in the solar ship, the solar barge, since the Book of the Dead, right, directs that thou shalt place a figure of the deceased in the bows of Ra's boat and describes it as sitting upon his thigh. There were several reasons why I identify St. Martin on the Mexican Gulf of Manu. 1, because it literally is as far west as they could sail from Egypt. 2, besides that, the statue and the Egyptian affinities, because the Aztecs still preserved a conception of the place where the sun enters, the far west. Mythical mountains. The solar ship approaches the Twin Peak Mountains on Seti's sarcophagus. Now, this shit is deep. Now, Ramses talked about it in something he wrote out his own hand. He reached the mountains in the far west of the world. The underworld, people. The west is the underworld. Therefore, you put a statue in the underworld, the west, to keep tribute to the underworld, the land of the ancestors. That's why Egypt always talked about the land of the ancestors, right? In the far west, in mounds. So some kind of way, some kind of how, these ancient cultures are connected. By the time Ramses is born, he's an Egyptian. He's a Nile River culture, right? But our ancestry was taught to every child. So he knew back in the West is where his first ancestors come from. They made it their life goals to come back. I'm telling you what I know. They knew about the land of Punt. They knew about the land to the west where the ancestors were from. And they traveled back when they became able to do it. And they brought things back from their ancestral land back over there. They never forgot their ancestors. They never forgot them. Because on the top of the pyramid, they still are talking about the primordial mound of the ancestors. So they never forgot the paradise land, the homeland, Timeri. They never forgot it. Even though they lived over there and became kingdom after kingdom, they never forgot where they came from. And it is amazing to me. It's amazing. You can go to these other lands and become the top people on the land, but you never forget where you come from. Our people get a little money today, they forget exactly where they come from. Don't never forget where you come from. That makes you. That makes you who you are. That makes your personality who you are. That's your foundation. Nothing is bigger than your foundation. So these kings and pharaohs and powerful people never forgot where they came from. I respect it a lot. They don't have to show love to their ancestors after centuries go by. They could just be the king of the Nile. But they wanted to go see their ancestral land. They wanted incense and wood and different crops from their ancestral land. And it's still powerful. They wanted to go meet their people. And it's powerful. Right? Let's keep going. Very powerful. Now, some must have decided to go away and continue this search. Mexican text actually says, and others stayed on or made the trip back to Africa. That's crazy. Here go hieroglyphics with the beetle on the sunboat. Now, where is the sunboat going? The one that was buried under Egypt. Back to their ancestral land. Let's keep going. Mounting the focus of a coat, which we know it was. As for Ramses, his presence in Mexico is verifiable by yet another work, a painting recently found on a pyramid in Vera Cruz state, again in resemblance in which the same picture of Ramses III boat in the underworld, right here. Fire. Fire, fire, fire. A painting recently found in America, found on a pyramid in Veracruz, resembles it the same picture of Ramses III boat in the underworld. This is called the underworld because it's the land of their ancestors. So alike, or they had the head and the profile could go over one another and make an almost exact fit. Then to the winged disc over the head of the Mexican figure, it matched by the winged disc over the picture of Ramses III in his solar ship. Only the lower part of Mexico figure remains to be explained. the shape because it's sitting on the haunches. Such squatting statues were carried about by porters. Now, this is the one in Mexico. This is the one in Egypt. Fire. Fire. If Egyptians boasted about coming back to their ancestral land, they had a lot of respect for it. So, when they got able, they came back. They wrote this stuff right on the walls, on pyramids in Central and South America. Shit is amazing, bro. This stuff is amazing what you can get out these books. It's amazing. This shows a family, people. A beautiful family of people that know each other. They're taking trips on the Atlantic Ocean, risking death to come see their people in these boats. And then you talk about the solar boat that brought the knowledge to Egypt. Where did it come from? Here, their ancestral land. That's what Thoth was trying to tell everybody. The teachings of Thoth is the teachings of Cygnus, the path of souls, the Duat teaching. It's the same thing. So Thoth represents the wisdom of Cygnus. He talks about the 9 gods that come on a solar boat to the Nile with knowledge and records of their people. So if these people keep their traditions going and keep passing down the story generation to generation of who their ancestors are, by the time Ramses III come later on in history, they still know that back to the west is their ancestral land. That's fire. It's written in stone. You can't never forget it. Let's keep going. New Kingdom Egypt, as seen in the walls, painting of tomb in Thebes, proof that the Mexican figure was such a statue and was carried about by litter bearers or the projections on the base, which could have been intended for inserting. The Mexican figure. What? In Egypt, there was a auricular god who was carried about in a manner. The text of Ramses VI says that it was the pedestal carried about on poles. It was addressed when it was halted, and it replied by vigorously nodding his head, and there is a remarkable. But it says something about proof that the Mexican figure was such a statue and was carried about by litter bearers. Crazy, right? Let's keep going. I'm going to go through 3 chapters. We're going to finish the rest of this book tomorrow because it's so much knowledge in here. It's crazy. It's too deep, right? It's crazy. Now, Sahuagin records that the ancestors who had come from across the seas to Mexico brought with them an auricular god who was carried about on the backs, and this god went advising them, since I have shown that the auricular god to Los Higueras has the features of Ramses III. Damn, hold on. Slow down. This too much. Hold on. Los, H-I-G-U-E. Hold on, let's pull that place up. Let's pull that place up. H-I-G-U-E-R-A-S. Let's pull it up. Argentina. Argentina. That's what it said. Argentina. Let's go look at that. Las Honduras, right? Cordoba province, Argentina. Exact geographic coordinates, the 33rd parallel. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's go see what's out there. And there we go. And there we go. Las Honduras pyramids. Roll the corn. I already knew it. Now, let me stop right here for a second. Listen, y'all. Let's go back to the receipt, because I got so much to say, I don't even know where to start. Let's go back. Let's go back, bro. Right here. Las Honduras has the features of Ramses III. It is evident that the auricular god bought by the ancestors was the pharaoh who sent the expedition. It's on the 33rd parallel, people. So now, listen, y'all. These pyramids are way older than what y'all think, what people think they are. Our people been doing this stuff on this land for a long time. And they're going to tell you from Africa. And these books is telling you that Ramses came back to his ancestral land on the 33rd parallel to some pyramids. And they still stand today. But Native Americans built them. Y'all done lost y'all hunter-gatherer, white bread, cracker, African, Native American, motherfucking mind. If y'all gonna teach us that stupid ass history. I'm sick of y'all. Roll the corn. Y'all lost y'all mind, bro. Y'all literally gonna sit here and try to tell us this some Native American pyramids. And we talking about Ramses the damn third is on the side of the motherfucker. Bro, y'all gotta get the fuck off our land, bro. I promise you. Y'all gotta get off the land, bro. It's over. It's over. That's why I saw the White Hawk. It's over, bro. Ain't no way melanated Indians and melanated Egyptians are trading goods in Egypt saying we their ancestors, and y'all saying the pyramid made by some hunter-gatherers. All down through Central and South America. Y'all gotta move around, bro. It's too deep right here. It's on a whole nother level of knowledge right here. Like, okay, this is what I'm saying. Before I move on, this is what I'm saying. Okay, we Indians, that's cool. But this knowledge go back way before all of that. Your super ancestors. They was on the land so long ago, it don't even supposed to be no government over here. Who y'all think these people here they talking about? Look at these people, bro. Look at these These are the bloodlines of the American melanated Indian tribes. Who you think they descendants is? Your ass. You come from royalty going across the motherfucking water 5,000 years ago. And we let these people get out on us. They getting out on us, bro. Them hunter-gatherers that got out on us, bro. Boy, we so lost. We fucked up. If you don't feel that, you don't feel nothing. We go from being the first royalty on the planet to working at a white man fucking job for peanuts and kissing his ass to pay bills. Look at the fall off. We go from agricultural self-sufficiency, boat building, pyramid, brick castle building, to working for a hunter-gatherer for $20 a damn hour. Look at the fall off. This shit hurt. This is why they hide your history. These the same bloodline of the Indians in the Southeast. Your damn ancestors. Let's keep going. I told you was way more than what you thought you was. You just an Indian? Hell no. You an Indian, a motherfucking Olmec, a Egyptian, you a goddamn Mississippian, you a mound builder. You got so many titles. Your people created the Hebrew agriculture language. You just a bad motherfucker. And you been here the whole time. Let's keep going. These people say on these pyramids right here in America, they find fucking hieroglyphs of Ramses III on side of the Las Ugaras mural paintings with Ramses on them. Bro, this shit is crazy. With Ramses the damn third on the pyramid. Las Ugaras, Ramses. Let me show y'all Ramses the third. See, I gotta start showing you your fucking kinfolks for you to feel the pain of your ancestors. These people took all this shit. Roll the corn. Out here acting like it's some Native American pyramids. You hunter-gatherers. Blow up Ramses so you can see your people. Because I'm telling y'all, this the truth. All that other shit, some bullshit. They can take that alien shit and roll the corn. This is Ramses the third, looking just like a copper-colored nigga from the South. Talking about his people, his kinfolks in Argentina and all this other shit. Roll the corn. And they talking about we crazy, we tripping. The Lord of two lands. The bowl means Lord. The two lines mean two lands, my baby. The Lord of two lands. Did I teach you that? That's why I be teaching y'all that. So when you see it again, you know what it is. He been to two different lands. He come home and they show love for him going back to the ancestral land. That's why they do it. It's the biggest accomplishment you can make as a Egyptian. To go back to where your ancestors from. Then when you start putting up the glyphs, you put up the 2 bars with the bowl. You are Lord of 2 lands. Roll the coin. Talking about the upper and lower Nile. Y'all done lost y'all goddamn man. They talking about Mary and the Nile. The Lord of 2 different whole lands. Let's keep going. Again, the fact that the regalia was brought back from Egypt is confirmed by its actual presence in Mexico. To add to the Nemes head cloth and the Ureus snake, which we have already seen, I have been able to identify double crown, the feathered parasol, the flail, the tail, and one of the coronation. Olmec Mayan style headdress, Egyptian style headdress. The Olmec bearded ruler on the stela wears a double crown, just like an Egyptian. Acting like we some type of primitive hunter-gatherers. We rocking double crowns for the Lord of the land too. What you mean it's just on the Nile? It's over here too. It's the same meaning. Let me let y'all screenshot that. Roll the coin. Now, let's keep going. It's so many receipts in this book, it's crazy. Compare the double crown of Egypt with the vultures and the serpent. Let's keep going. That's fire. That's fire right there. The ceremonial parasol, compass of concentric rings of feather mosaic, occurs in the painting of the same Las Higueras pyramid mentioned before. And here is on the temple of Ramses III, the Mandanat Habu. Even the color scheme is virtually the same. Light blue, green, dark blue, and red. No other civilized ruler but the pharaoh wore an animal tail as part of the royal dress. And yet, here in Mexico, worn by the same Olmec king. Roll. This is a royal family, people. This the real royal family. Damn Queen Elizabeth and Prince Charles and all that old hunter-gatherer and stolen shit. We dug our shit out the ground and made it ourselves. We didn't steal it. Y'all stole royalty. We built royalty. Y'all wouldn't know how to make no copper, no bronze, no brass, none of that if it wasn't for our people. Now, let me stop right here because people not understanding the whole story. You understand the whole story? Let me take you back farther than this. Because then what I do, roll the coin, let's go back a little farther, truth. Because people still ain't understanding it. Human race originated in the Mississippi Valley, in the Valley of Mississippi and the Ohio River. This is where it starts at, where they first built their mounds of earth, having no implements except such as were made of stone and beaten copper, from where they were driven into Mexico, where they built mounds of earth and faced them with stone and used brass. Stop right there. Ain't no other culture on the planet making no copper and bronze at this time. How you think copper and bronze got to the Middle East in Egypt and Levant. I'm finna get deeper with all this knowledge. Y'all better stick with me today, because what I'm gonna teach y'all today, this shit changing the world, people. This knowledge I'm kicking gonna change the world, I'm telling you right now. All that talking about George Washington was black, I don't give a fuck. Fuck George Washington. Roll the coin, listen to me. I don't want to hear nothing about that new ass shit. Teach me my ancient ancestral knowledge. That's what break the code. Me just claiming I'm an Indian jumping around and acting, fuck all that. We are bigger than that. I'm talking gigantic. That shit is petty. I don't want to hear it no more. These people say we left the Mississippi River as we originated there. Then where did we go, Truth? We built mounds on the Mississippi River. We went to Mexico and put stone over mounds. That's the pyramids in Mexico. Shit all makes sense. Them pyramids been there before a hunter-gatherer ever got to this land. After y'all came and fucked with us on the Mississippi, we moved to the southwest in Mexico, we evolved, we put a mound there, then you stone-faced it. You built mounds and faced them with stone and used bread. This is when we are elevating the consciousness while y'all fucking with us. See? Yeah, you see it. You see it. This ain't no Mayan, my baby. This ain't no Naga. This ain't no Mayan. This ain't none of it. This before the old mix. This before everybody. You leave the Mississippi. You build the pyramids in Mexico City. Then bloodlines start to come from that city. Then you get the old mix over here. Then the Mayans come after that. See, you got to go back farther than that shit they trying to teach you about this American. That shit ain't old enough. Where did the old mix come from in Levanta? They come from Mexico City bloodline. Because it's older than theirs. Roll the coin. Now, as we build mounds of earth and face them with stone in Mexico using brass is copper and tin, and you got to heat it up to make brass. That's the only place in the world this was happening at the time. And then the Bronze Age comes about in Egypt and Samaria. This is before Egypt and Samaria. These are the people who are the Egyptians and Sumerians. You get it now? I'm finna show you. You know I'm gonna teach you. I got the receipts. Before Egypt and Samaria was ever built, before they started talking about these gods coming to their land, we was over here building pyramids. We leave the Mississippi, we go to Mexico, right there. Where we go after that, Truth? Iron and copper instruments. Then they're driven out of Mexico by hunter-gatherers, the predecessors of the Aztecs, a mixed group of people. They journeyed on south, down to Peru, then east, and no doubt took up their next residence on the Lost Continent. Now, with my studies, the Lost Continent sits in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean as an island that we stopped it before a lot of our people went to the Mediterranean Sea. That's the Lost Continent they speak of. Because that's the only one there with pyramids and stuff on it, mounds on it, in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Now, where they go after that? They popped up where? Lost Continent, then they pop up. That's where the Atlantis story come from. Us sailing on an island in the Atlantic Ocean. They found our same artifacts on an island in the Atlantic Ocean outside of the Mediterranean Sea area. Let's keep going. For their next appearance is made known to us through the erection of the pyramids of ancient Egypt, which time they had evolved from earth mounds and constructed the pyramids of cement and stone. Earthen mounds are common there. Earthen mounds turned into pyramids as our people evolved. Anybody don't know that? You can stop teaching all that African shit. Mounds and pyramids ain't got nothing to do with each other. You a lie. You square. You lame. You lying to your people. Somebody need to kick your ass. Roll the corn. Because you lying to your own people. Now, if these people who make it to Egypt teach that they came from the West, like they just told you in this newspaper clipping, their descendants started to come back home and visit the ancestral land as time goes by on the Nile. That's why you got Ramses III bringing his ass back to the ancestral lands. Ramses III on the pyramid of Lost Hugaris. It makes perfect sense, bro. It makes beautiful sense. Let's keep going. Same fan with the Olmecs, same fan with the Egyptians. Let's keep going. I marked this out because they got the, the phallus. But the flail is to be seen here in the Olmec painting. See that little flail right there? See that little flail with the Egyptian? The Anubis flail, that's the same flail on the tail, on the back of Anubis. Do anybody know this? But ain't nobody else trying to teach this. The Olmec got the same damn flail as the Egyptian. Now, let's get a definition up out of that. Because we got to understand what this stuff means, right? Roll the coin. Now, who are these people with the flail? See, I keep telling y'all who y'all are. Royalty. Royal authority. Royalty. The ceremonial scepter is one of the ultimate symbols of royal authority. The flail. Neck hock ha. Flail. 3 beaded strands. Royal authority. You get it? Physical origins is debated, but its symbolic meaning are deeply rooted in ancient Egyptian cosmology and governance. Agricultural prosperity, there we go. Because it resembled tools used of thrashing grain. The flail, representing the pharaoh's responsibility to provide for his people and ensure the land's fertility. And that makes a king, people. That makes a pharaoh. That makes a chief. You have to be able to provide for your people. This ain't for no white people knowledge. This ain't for no damn hunter-gatherer and act like it's theirs. This was made to provide for your people look just like you. We provided for each other, now we hate each other. Now we unalive each other because they put some money in the play. You got to get back to that. That's what made you divine. Do you get it? This wasn't for no white folks to be talking about they Horus and they Egypt and we the Egyptian God. No, this ain't made for y'all. This made to pass knowledge down to your descendants to help your own people. Now, after we help ourselves, which we done, we tried to help y'all. But y'all try to take our shit. That's the real covenant. The real covenant is We are abundant. Let's help these other people. Let's help these barbaric cultures around the world become spiritual, become peaceful. Teach them how to feed their families. But y'all couldn't do that. Y'all could not take the knowledge in peace. Y'all took the knowledge in war. That's why you see our people busting arrows all on the Nile at black Africans and Arab looking people. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Y'all see what I see. Y'all see it. There go the flail. Right there. The lifted arm. Egyptian god men and the uplifted arm of an Olmec with the X on his chest. With the X on his chest with the flail. Arm up, flail in Egypt. Same exact thing. Let's keep going. A Mayan document, Tutulo Koyoi, confirms that the regalia was bought by the migrants. These things came from the east, from the other side of the water and the sea. They came here. They had their throne, their little benches and stools. They had their parasols, their fans, people, and bone flutes. This must refer back to the Olmec times, since we know that it was then that stools and altars were first used as thrones, more than just regalia. The Egyptian migrants very likely introduced that very idea of kingship back over here. That's fire. These people are kinfolk people. They steady giving each other different ideas and different things and different gifts and stuff as they come back, right? Let's keep going. The distinguished attribute of the royal Egyptian child was a side lock of hair. Indeed, the side lock was actually the hieroglyphic meaning of child. Compare the side lock of Ramses II as a youth with the scroll of the head of the sculpture of a child in West Mexico art. Fire. This is fire. Let's keep going. Ancient Egypt for the king of marry. It was customary in ancient Egypt for a king to marry his sister, they say. This unique practice prevailed also in South America. In Peru, the Inca, right, they say king alone was allowed many marry his sister. This is only one of Egyptian ideas surviving in Peru. Now, I don't see no artifacts about that. They're just bringing it up. But I don't never see no artifacts of this. Sometimes these people go way too crazy with the information. But I never see no artifacts of this. This ain't got nothing to do with that. This got something to do with smiting enemies. Smite an enemy, smite an enemy. Right? Enemies favored in Egyptian art. Ramses' role, and then you got these other people. Strike and hold the enemy by his hat. This is somehow people done in their stuff. But I researched this part, and I don't never see no history of that. I never see no real murals with this stuff on there. But let's keep going. Now, the afterlife of the Egyptian was a rural paradise called Yeru. Here, Ramses III is seen plowing and reaping its barley. It grows with exceptional vigor there, and its exact dimensions are given. The Mexicans also conceived the underworld as the house of corn, Sincalco, and again, in Peruvian belief, that the land of the dead was noted for having many fields. The name Yarrow leaves no room of doubt. Damn, that's fire. Ramses III is seen plowing and reaping his barley. It grows exceptionally well in the West, in the underworld, right? The Mexicans, ancient Mexico, melanated people, conceived the underworld as the house of corn. This is where all this knowledge comes from, people. With the corn. I told y'all, the corn got a lot to do with your history. Roll the corn. Got a lot to do with your history and your teachings, right? Now, perhaps his bowels have been taken out and replaced, right? While was the usual practice in Egypt, it was also known in Mexico. And another thing, Mexicans placed masks over the face of the dead. The first begun in Olmec times, and this Olmec jade mask, right, reminiscent of an Egyptian one in wood. Let's keep going. Right here. You go to mask. It is patterned after the Egyptian Yeru, the underworld. We have passed in review the portrait, the name, the royal insignia, and the whole sequence of stages in the career of Ramses III as manifested in Mexico and Peru. It remains now only to hear what he himself had to say related to this matter. On one occasion, he says that he built warships, galleys, and coasters on the Mediterranean and sent them to the ends of the earth to bring back goods, enrich the treasures of Egyptian temples. On another occasion, he says he built great galleys and sent them into the sea of the inverted water, including some of the land of Punt, down the Somali coast, which returned safely with goods. Now, the land of Punt, Hatshepsut and Ramses III talked about the land of Punt. They're talking about Mexico, people. These new people try to teach you they're talking about down the side of Africa or around the corner. Or no. They're talking about way over here to the ancestral land in Mexico. That's what they're talking about. Let's keep going. Others did not come back. They would not have been mentioned, since Egyptian kings never published the reverses, but there was nearly any doubt that they had reached the ends of the earth. Ramses declares that the ocean and the great circuit to the ends of the support of the skies were under his father's grasp, right? Let's keep going. Let's go back. Let me see something. Now, they're talking about the 7 boats, right? It is clear there was a fleet of 7 ships. Highly unlikely that the fleet of Ramses says he sent to the ends of the earth and to the sea of the inverted waters would have been unconscious that the interests of the underworld lay in the far west of the world. And so it could be said that they actually came looking for the underworld. And this is exactly confirmed by the Mexican tradition preserved by Sahuagin, in which the first settlers of this land are described as coming in 7 wooden ships or galleys, and they come looking for a terrestrial paradise. The many Mexican conceptions of paradise in the whole solar cycle that are both patterned on the Egyptian and we shall see proves that the voyage must have been inspired by our ancient religious teaching of the ancestors to the west. So the history of Indians that live in that area talked about the people coming on 7 wooden ships. Crazy, right? Ramses had 7 wooden ships. Now, this stuff is deep. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. There is yet another indication that the voyagers were impelled by religious motives and were being guided by religious texts. They are being guided by what their ancestors wrote down, people. Now, let's stop right there and get a little deeper. If you steal these texts later on in history, and they're talking about this paradise back to the West, all this gold, all these beautiful people, all this fruit and trees. The Greeks and the Romans get these manuscripts because it's sitting here telling you it was written down in religious texts. Where do they get biblical writings from? Ancient texts from our people. Why you think they talking about they coming to the paradise? Where you think they get the information from to even load up a ship and come this way? They not that smart, people. Y'all giving these people too much knowledge. They have read in the book the ancestors of these people with all this gold. Egyptians come from this beautiful land to the west. All that Phoenician gold. Phoenicians saying the same thing. We come from the west. They take it and come over here with it. They studied our people. They knew where they came from. What do you think all that cities of gold come from? You just ain't just made that shit up in Europe? They came over here looking for it? They saw that written in text before they ever came over here. All that Kabola city of gold and the Gold Coast of, they already read that. And then you know it's true because these ancient people got all this damn gold. Where they get it from? Ain't no silver in Egypt. Why you got silver pharaohs in Egypt and ain't no silver in Africa? We finna go find all that shit. This ain't the Holy Grail. This is a part of the Grail, but boy, it's a Grail bigger than this one. Because this metal ain't even found over here. Where is it found at, though? West. They took over their own lands, people. And the first place they come when they get control of their own lands is here. This is where the wealth is. Them people weren't wealthy when they took over there. They weren't wealthy until they left from over here. You understand? So once you take over that part of the world, you come for the wealth now because you have took over the land where you from. Now you're looking for the wealth written down in history. It's still there. And they came to America looking for the wealth. Let's keep going. Now, watch this. An Egyptian book, which is in the underworld, one of the boat journeys through the underworld is called the Branch. So it is likely that the crew of the boat, named the Branch, called themselves Branches, since they were emulating the solar voyage, a solar emblem from the prow of the sun ship. Survives in later Mexico. It is the Horus Pro, here from the RAMSES in Thebes. And just as the pro of the Maya boat, the falcon head was garland of lotus leaves, which rules out any question of coincidence. The chief claim fame of Ramses III had been his conquest of the sea people. His temple walls, Habu, depict the naval battle, the first such pictured monumentally. If Egypt had fallen then to the combined Mediterranean powers in history. Now, the Popol Vuh of the Mayans, relates that the ancestors who came from the sunrise were called branches. Branches of the Mayan Popol Vuh, the branches of the Egyptian. The branches of the Egyptian in the Book of the Dead. Right there, the branch. Now, Mayans are after Egyptians. Let's put this in a timeline. So if the Popol Vuh, written by the Mayans, talks about some type of ancestors who came called branches, Egyptians called the West the underworld, it's called the branch, it's the same damn bloodline. It's the same people, bro. It's just a back and forth thing with ancestral things. It's back and forth. It goes all the way back to the Mississippi River. The first culture builds Mexico and the Mississippi River mounds. They build Peru, all them pyramids in Central America. They leave. They leave. They start writing about their ancestors back on the land where they come from. Their text becomes famous. So every child born under that bloodline reads this text about this beautiful land back to the West where we our ancestral land. And they start to come back home, back and forth, back and forth. Now it's a connection between Africa and America. You get it? Some of them, it just says some of them people were staying over here. Some of the people who came on the boat from Egypt were staying over here, building kingdoms over here, after they came back the second time in the land of their ancestors. Why would I want to stay on the desert when I can go stay where the ancestors are from once they finally came back? Message. These are ancestors of some of these American Indians. Phoenicians were doing the same thing. The Cretans done the same thing. In Crete, Greece, an earthquake hit the area. They came right back home to Georgia. They became the Yuchi Indians. See, boy, this history is amazing. You just got to listen and research it. Let me show y'all something. I show this every day, but I gotta keep showing it to you for you to understand. I got to keep showing you this for you to understand. The Captarim. The Captarim is the Cretan. The Yuchi Indians said their ancestors is these people. Y'all think this shit a joke? The Cretan Minoan is the Captarim, which is the ancestor of the Yuchi Indian. Ain't nobody never connected this shit like this. Sidon is the Mississippi Delta people. Canaanites. The river Sidon is the Mississippi River. So, Captarim and Mizraim are kinfolk. The people who built Greece and the people who built Egypt are kinfolk. The people who built China, the Sinite, and the Sidonian from the Mississippi River are Canaanites. They kinfolk. Sabah, Nimrod built the Middle East. These people all know each other. Captarim became the Yuchi. Y'all think this shit a joke? Go research it. People think this shit a joke. Go research it. You got ancient ties to all this stuff. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. There go the boat. Let's go here. They had not sent the expedition to the far west of the world, the transformation of Mesoamerica would not have come about and taken the turn that it did when stock is taken of the achievements of the pharaohs. Ramses will have to be accounted the double distinction, savior of Egypt and the father of Olmec, Mexico. That's what they say. Now, this is an Olmec, and this is an Egyptian artifact. Deep. Let's keep going. This book got so many receipts, y'all. I'm telling you. The next question relates to the personnel. Who were the expeditionary members and what are the proofs of this presence? The Egyptian deities and conceptions in Mexico implies the presence of Egyptian priests and the actual performance of Egyptian ritual guarantees it. As we shall now see, these include all the main types: temple rituals, fertility rituals, and funerary rituals. On New Kingdom temples, the act of census is frequently to be seen. The manner of using the censer, its actual form, and even its name to remarkably similar to Mesoamerica. Right? The Mexican word for incense is copal. The same word appears in the ancient Egyptian text, copal. The same word appears in ancient Egypt, copal, incense. What did they come back to the land of Punt to get? What did the Egyptians get from the land of Punt? Let me show you before we keep going. Okay. What did they get back from the land of Punt? Incense. Massive quantities of incense, frankincense, and myrrh from the land of Punt, making Punt a highly prized trading partner. Punt, incense, fruit, right? They try to teach you Punt is in Africa. Punt ain't in no damn Africa. Roll the coin. It's not in Africa. Punt is here. Punt wearing the headbands, American people. They were still on this land, and Egypt knew their ancestors were still here. They got on boats and came and traded, brought avocados and baboons and peacocks and all this type of shit back to Egypt. Silver. All this. It's American stuff. Why you think they got cocaine and nicotine and hemp in their system? Now, one more receipt. Roll the coin. Now, Ramses, traces of nicotine were detected in the hair and internal tissues of Ramses the damn second. Y'all get it now? These people were coming back home to the ancestral land. Ain't no tobacco over there. Okay. Nicotine? Okay, that ain't enough, huh? Let's put the white girl in there. Let's put the white girl in there. See, now playtime over. Now playtime over. Put the white girl in there. Y'all know what the white girl is. Yeah, that white girl ain't in Africa. Y'all can stop that now. Yeah. Why he got the white girl and the nicotine in his system? The man got cocoa and tobacco native to America in his damn system. This sparks the intense debate. I know it did, you hunter-gatherers. Y'all been lying about our goddamn history. See, everything go together once you know your history. Everything go together. I'm sitting here teaching y'all RAMSES all over the pyramids. This nigga full of cocaine, tobacco, and weed from America. Nigga that went over there and got the pack. Ramsey came over here and got the pack and took the pack back. Same way y'all, the pack getting moved across state to state. We were moving packs from Mexico all the way to Africa. Your culture ain't changed, people. Why y'all niggas think y'all so good at selling weed? Why y'all think y'all so good at selling drugs? I ain't trying to be funny, but why you think you so good at it? We the first people to sell crops, people. They just try to make it like we just so bad today. We the first people to sell coca leaves. We the first people to sell marijuana. We the first people to sell tobacco. What do people got rich off of now? See, they dumbed us down so much. You think gold is wealth. You think a job is wealth. The first wealth comes from the land, my baby. You give a hunter-gatherer a coca leaf in Africa, and he bite that motherfucker, you got a lifetime custom. Why you think we steady going back and forth? We got to go get that thing, bro. They want it. The Moose said, no, brother, we trading. Don't be a fool, bro. These are trading posts. They trade to everybody got something to. You want to buy something, you pull up. The Phoenicians traded with the Amazon Moors. Them ain't trading posts just for us. We traded amongst each other, but we served everybody else. Don't you ever forget that. Don't you just think it's just some in-house trading. There's some outhouse trading too. Where do you think these cultures learn about all these fruits and vegetables and all of these trees and stuff? We traded with them. We brought them exotic goods. Purple dye of the indigo child is an exotic good to the Mediterranean. That's why it's royalty in Paleo-Hebrew in Levant. It is royalty. We traded with them. It's rare. You got to come on with something. Nobody of knowledge is going to limit his business. If you selling tennis shoes, a white boy walk in there and want Jordans for $1,000, we know the truth now, finna serve his ass. What you want, them sixes? Give me that size 10. You got a rat? You can't get these where you from? Here you go. I'ma holler at you. I can go back home and get the rest of the joints. See, you got to look at it way bigger than what it is. When you set up trading posts, you are building wealth for your bloodline all over the world. This is way bigger than trade. Trade just funding the movement. Because that's what we do. But we building buildings right on the water that y'all call Tartarian buildings today. Them are trading posts for your ancient culture. That's why all of them is right on the path of going through the Atlantic. All of them on the coast. Athens, Greece, Crete, Levant, Sidon, Tyre, Jerusalem. All right there on the water for you to go right back, cross the Mediterranean, right back to the Atlantic. through the pillars of Hercules. That's royalty. See, a lot of our people don't know what we were doing. You build the trade network in America first. You evolve. You start to get these big ass boats made out of gigantic redwood trees, cedar trees. You build this big ass boat. You slick it down. We finna go set up shop across the world. Let's go see what's out here. We ain't no chumps. We ain't scared. We pull up all over the world. Hop out and build and trade with new people right there. Ain't no scary shit going on. We got the most efficient bow and arrow shooters in the world, Craig. If you pull up trying to take something, you getting hit with that bow switch. What you think Tassetti is? You just think Africans built is Tassetti? That is American culture. Let me explain something to y'all. You can go on YouTube and go look up treasure hunters. All they gonna find is bow and arrows all over America. I seen a nigga going up in the river, pull up about 50 obsidian and flint bow and arrows, carved, motherfucker 5,000 years old. Big ass flint. Boy, we been busting. Run your ass over here and try to take this purple dye, or this flint, or this gold, or silk. Run your ass on over here. It took these people 1,000 years to run us out of there. See, you gotta know your own history. These people used to pay us to protect their small kingdoms. Oh, I want to pay some of y'all bowsmen. What y'all need? I need about 12 of y'all. Here goes some gold. Y'all come protect my kingdom before they take my shit. These people used to pay us to protect them. Listen to me, y'all. We are talking about the greatest culture to ever walk the planet. Ain't nobody even close. Ain't nobody close. We got ancient trees all through the southeast with bow and arrow holes still in it. The tree looked like a woodchuck and bit the tree. We were shooting a tree with bow and arrow 1,000 years ago, getting better and better. You think this a joke? So when we go across the water, we already equipped. We ready for whatever. Somebody better tell them. We already equipped. Here they go fucking with my shit. Hold on, y'all. We already ready. You see these big copper-colored people shooting bow and arrows on the Nile, and you think they Africans. No, they are not, my baby. You tripping. You tripping. Roll the coin. You tripping. You see that right there? Do you see that? In America, melanated Indians. You see that bow, handmade? Handmade out of American trees? Reed? The reed bow and arrow? Boy gonna knock down an elephant. You hit him with enough of them. All right, that ain't no African bow and arrow. That bow and arrow comes back, it bends. Pressure, PSI. They ain't got that type of wood over there to build that type of bow and arrow. Okay. Now you get it? We ain't no suckers. We gonna pull up and serve your ass. What you talking about? No matter where you at. Let's keep going. This lecture is long, but it's valuable. This lecture is long, but it's valuable. Now, here we go. In the 1st century AD, says the copal was what? The wood like mirth. They got mirth from the land of Punt, right? The copal is this. Let's go back up here. In both instances, the censer was a long tubular handle with a gripped bowl on one. The censer is held in one hand, and the incense is thrown into with the other. The Mexican word of incense was copal. The same wood appears in ancient Egypt. The 1st century AD says the copal was the wood like mirth. It's in the Popol Vuh, people, that the ancestors came across the seas from the sunrise, right? United the incense they had from there, and there you go. Same thing with the Mayans. Same culture. Let's keep going. That's fire. Walls of incense trees being carried on board of Egyptian ships in foreign lands. This shit on the damn monuments. We just don't know what this shit means because we ain't studied it enough. Fertility codes involved in the phallus correspond to minute on particulars. In both cases, erect artificial phallus, which either worn or carried by initiators. According to Herodotus, there were 1 cubit long, which is 20.6 inches. An Olmec stone phallus is exactly the same length. The royal cubit. Didn't I teach you about that? Royal cubit, right there. 20 inches. Watch this. Watch this. $20 royal cubit, 20.6 inches. Olmecs and Egyptian, same math. What's the royal cubit? We know the truth now. 20.6 inches, 52 centimeters, 104 by 52 royal cubit. Y'all niggas royalty. Y'all niggas royalty don't even know it. Olmec got the same building style on this land. You can't say they wasn't here. Mississippi and mound builders had the same building style because the royal cubit measured out the mounds at Winterville, Cahokia, the Arkansas mounds, Plume Bayou, 104 by 52 centimeters. This is the same math that built the pyramids of Giza. Let's go back to the receipt. Same math. Royal cubit. Let's go back to that. I'm gonna have to do the rest of this. It's a long lecture. I got a lot of chapters to cover, but I'm gonna cover all of them. It might take a day or two, but I'm gonna cover all of them. Roll the coin. Let's go back to that. The royal cubit. Right here. The Olmec phallus. Right? Now, Egyptian god men, but it's 20.6 inches, which is the cubit, the royal cubit. Exactly the length of the Mexican codex, holding the erect phallus just like the Egyptian god men. These are mound builders. They're descendants from the mound builders, people, because the mounds got the same math in the mounds in North America. Facts. You can't hide that knowledge. That is divine knowledge. Don't nobody even know that. Who y'all think gonna know that in BC time but us? Let's keep going. The pharaoh holding the oar and running toward the phallic god men. Another ritual whose significance is not fully understood was striking a ball with a stick, as this picture shows. In Mexico, in Egypt. To the pharaoh by ball boys to enable him to repeat the act the king was making a given life. We know that in Mexico, 2 priests struck stone balls with a stick. This proves that, as in Egypt, it was a ritual rather than a game. Here in West Mexico, figurine with the ball and stick. Notice both twin feather headdresses. Surely not coincidence when such a ritual was practiced nowhere else in the world. The Maat feathers, the 2 feathers of on the head of the ancient Mexico melanated people. Then you get the Maat feather, the 2. It's the same thing. It don't now. I have read books, Easy Chef, where the ball was made out of a rock wrapped in corn husk. Baseball, bro. This is some form of some type of baseball. This is amazing. This is amazing, bro. Roll the corn. How long I been on today, man? About 2 hours. Let's keep going. I gotta keep going. I got 1,000 receipts. Now, Egyptian priests also performed funerary ceremonies that were known nowhere else but in Mexico. This libation was performed over the pharaoh. Its purpose was to restore his fluid in the afterlife. Streams of water are poured from 2 vases which cross over the head. This is just what occurs in Mexico Codex of Popol Vuh, has to do with the afterlife, as they are all underworld gods, which know the laws of Colco had libations poured on their heads, mummies to restore them to water in which they had used. Same culture here, there. You see those little balls in their hand, like spheres? Those were found in the mounds also. These little round balls, the Egyptians used to have balls in their hand like spheres, and they kneel down with them. See the ball in his hand in Mexico? I found them same balls in a mound in America, in the artifacts. Smooth cut, perfectly cut stone balls. Shit is amazing, bro. Now, they try to teach us, uniquely Leslie, they try to teach us it's some type of phallic, like it's somebody just walking around, aroused. But I think it's a representation of the royal cubit. I don't know what it meant to put it in their pants or what that meant, but it's a representation of the royal cubit, right? So when they say that obelisk or representation of of a phallus, right? So when I look in the obelisk, let's go look at obelisk real quick. Now, the obelisk, they call a phallus also, right? But it's measured in the royal cubit also. See the soaring obelisks of ancient Egyptian were actually measured in royal cubits, with some great monuments standing over 100 cubits tall. The cubit was the standard linear measurement in Egypt, originally based on the length of a pharaoh's forearm from the elbow to the tip of his middle finger. Now, I don't know if the obelisk was used as a huge royal cubit, because you start to build so big that you can't really just use the regular royal cubit. So you use a royal cubit 120 feet long, 100 feet, 100 royal cubits. And they move this royal cubit and they build to it. Then you move it again, build to it. You build all four sides with that cubit laid on the ground, because you know it's already a large, perfectly cut royal cubit. And then when you get through building the outer walls, you stand it up in front of the building. Right? Now, I've seen that in some old books. You lay the obelisk down, you build, because you're building at such a large scale that you got to make a bigger royal cubit. The ancient ones were 52 centimeters long. The new ones are 100 royal cubits. So now you're building pyramids and buildings. And they said they laid it down. You build the outside walls, then you stand it up to show the royal cubit that built that actual building. So you start and build the obelisk first, then you start to build a building with the obelisk. Then when you get done, you stand it up right there. So white people start talking about it's the phallus and somebody gonna get pregnant in the womb see, you know how they get all freaky and shit. So when I go back into the history of it, it's for building. But as history went on, these people started telling us it's some type of the royal junk. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's crazy. These people crazy, bro. But anyway, I'm going to check that out a little more for you, because it's interesting, all to say the least, right? But let's go back to that page. Let me see. The phallus. Right here. Right here. Okay. Now we have the chief among faculties that Egypt priests hoped to restore the dead with speech. There were two rituals acts involved. Both occurred in Mexico, and one implement was applied to the mouth, as they put the mouth thing in the mouth, right? And the ceremony was called the opening of the mouth ceremony. Here it is pictured in the Egyptian Book of the Dead and in the Olmec paintings deep in the cave of, I can't really say that word, but it's Jux Talahuka. Put a 2 in the chat, 2 in the chat, 2 in the chat. 2 in the chat, 2 in the chat. Because you have to make sure these places really exist. I know they do, but I just want to show people, right? JUX, chatting away. TLA, JUXT, TLA, HUA, Waka. Now, let's stop right there. Let's look at the end of that word, Huaca. Huaca is a tribe that was in Peru that built pyramids. Now, you go back to the Olmecs, is Juxtlahuaca. Then you get to the pyramid builders of Peru, it was the Huaca. Y'all ever seen the one I be showing where they be holding hands around the pyramid? Melanated people with the red shirts holding hands around the pyramid. Y'all remember that receipt? Put the coin in the chat, yes or no. Y'all remember that? Huaca, the melanated Indians that was holding hands around the pyramids. It links right to the Olmecs. See, all this stuff go together. You just got to remember the words. Huaca pyramids, Huaca people holding hands outside the pyramid. Same bloodline. Why you think they still building pyramids? This our real history, people. Now, let's go look at this cave they talking about. Let's go look at these caves they're talking about. An extraordinary deep cave, archaeological site deep in Mexican state of Guerrero. It is famous for housing some of the earliest sophisticated paintings of art known in Mesoamerica, heavily tied to the Olmec civilization. This stuff is real. This is not no mythology, people. This your people. This real research. This real areas. If you ever come to these places in the world, you go in there and check it out. Don't you ever forget these names and these places. If you ever be in these areas in Mexico, you visited, you go check this stuff out. Because I'm telling you, this is where your ancient culture is. It's there. So they sitting here telling us that, let's go back to that receipt. They telling us that these figures inside of the Olmec thing, as you see a yin at the top, but that's a whole nother thing, are just like the same figures in Egypt. The two guys over the head of the man, the two hands, the water pouring over the head, and of the Olmecs, the water pouring over the head of the Egyptian. You see it? Both extend snake-like implements, pouring the water. Fire. This shows the connection of America and Egypt, people. This is fire. Now, this could be a representation of the water bearer. The water bearer. Right? Brave Hawk, I ain't forgot about you, bro. I got you coming. I love you, I'm in love with you. Brave Hawk, I got you, fam. Listen, it's the same culture. Come on now. That's why they hide it. It's deep in the cave. Same stuff. Let's keep going. The opening of the mouth ceremony. The Popol Vuh, that the people who came across the sea from the sunrise could make a statue, speaking by touching the mouth of the blood of deer and birds. So this is yet another instance where artifacts show the parallels and texts confirm that the practice was introduced from overseas, they say. Right? Do what they want to teach you. But we got the same culture of the opening of the mouth as the Egyptian. The Popol Vuh talks about it. See, when the Popol Vuh talks about it, it's later on in history, right? Because it's Mayan. Olmec and Egyptian style and mound building cultures are way before the Mayans. The Mayans are just regurgitating what they done heard through ancestral talks and ancestral writings, right? That's all it is, because the Mayans is way after this knowledge, way after these artifacts. Let's keep going. But let me point at something. A lot of people who want to teach our knowledge starts with the Mayans, the Naga style people. That the culture had already kind of shifted by then. Because a lot of hunter-gatherers' blood had got mixed in by then, right? So you can't teach it from that era, the Mayan era, because it ain't old enough. The Mayan got 2 or 3 different ancestors. You got to go back before them. Let's keep going. The Popol Vuh is written from ancestral knowledge. You get it? The Popol Vuh is, you get it? The Popol Vuh is the same book as the Epic of Gilgamesh. See, they don't teach you that. The Popol Vuh and the Epic of Gilgamesh got the same damn stories in it. The Sumerian stories. You got to know that. So it's a connection between all these people. Let's keep going. Enemies, right, in Egypt. tied the hands behind the back. They was finding this stuff in Mexico too. Enemies, hands behind their back. Right? The stage of the underworld, Egypt helped. The heart was devoured by the monster Amunit. Right? That's Duat. Right? In Mexico, the heart was picked out and offered to the sun. This is the weighing of the heart ceremony against a feather. This is Ma'at. The weighing of a heart against a feather. Where you think they got that from? This is a culture doing this, right? The weighing of the heart ceremony. The monster, a mamit, is a devourer. If your heart outweighs the feather, the monster, a mamit, devours your heart. Right? Same thing over here. It's the same stuff. Let's keep going. Same profile manner in Egypt, and in each case, pupil is pointing to the writing hand of this master. This is fire. Put a 2 in the chat. My phone ring. Give me a 2 in the chat. 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 Y'all hear me? This is fire. The pupil is pointing to the writing hand of his master. And here again, the Olmec counterpart of the Egyptian scribe is so similar that the kilt makes the same oval over the knees. And the rendering of the wig could not be more alike. It is a fair assumption that the scribes will be the same. The teacher teaching the pupil. The language, children. The master teaching children the languages, the art of our culture. On the walls in Olmec, same thing in Egypt. Fire. That's fire. Now, I did explain this before. Y'all already know that it's the number system. Right? Now, the hunter-gatherer, the hunter-gatherer mind gonna tell you that this is a Atlantean shoe-bill jet fighter shooting missiles down, blowing up the earth with goddamn, as you can see here, the missiles are flying off the shoe bill. It's hitting the mountains. It's blowing up the world. As you can see here. That's what the hunter-gatherer gonna tell you. The Sumerian, the Atlantean is shooting the shoe bill, some type of machine guns, shooting down on the people, killing and unaliving the undivine. That's what a white boy gonna tell you, right? Roll the cards. Now let's look and see what this stuff really means. Now let's go. Now let's see. Now, Thoth was represented with a human body on an ibis bill. And the jade statuette from the Olmec, Heartland, is such a bird-beaked man. He has what could be the stylus over the bill. At least it points straight down to the inscription, almost the early example known as the Long Count inscription, which the Mayans later adopted to their ideas, to their dates, the introductory glyph. So this is some type of representing the same type of thought teaching. So the bill is pointing right down to the glyphs of how to write numbers, right? And do dates. This is knowledge, people. This is an artifact of knowledge. This is not an artifact of destruction. See, a fucked up man always want to destroy something. They always think it's something getting blowed up, and they scared to come out the house, and everything is evil and whack the fuck out, and the FBI watching me and my neighbor watching me, and I'm scared. And the atom bomb of the ancient culture is gonna blow the earth up, and ain't nobody on this shit but your stupid ass. Roll the corn. See the bad spirited people always think everything represents evil and bad, and everything gonna go bad. Ain't nobody thinking about this shit. I'm trying to teach my people divine knowledge to survive. You talking about blowing up the goddamn Americas and blowing up Atlantis and all this old stupid shit. See, that's the problem with the knowledge today. Ain't nobody even searching what the fuck this shit really mean. They just making shit up. You are not the creator of this knowledge. You just can't make it up because it sound good on your live. You a hunter-gatherer. Port City, you just can't sit there and say, ain't the mounds and the pyramids ain't got nothing to do with each other. You can't sit there and say that, bro. You not even studied enough to make that assumption. You can't make up your own history because it fits your narrative, bro. Who does that? Insane people do that. You just can't get on here and talk about all these fake ass land patents just because it sound good. The government gave me back 100 acres. The United Kingdom gave me back 5 million acres. You just can't get on here and do that, bro. Somebody listening to you. Somebody trying to learn something. You misdirecting your people. You done lied to your own damn self. Then you lie to others and act like it's knowledge. Some of these people fried, bro. They want to prove something so bad they will lie about it. Just to get a following with this shit. You would literally say our people are aliens from another planet. Just to get a viewer. You not divine, nigga. You know what make you divine? You gonna flip that soil in your backyard and start growing you some damn tomatoes. Start growing you some corn, some peas, some squash. You know when they write by the stars. See, that will make you divine right there. You in peace in nature, ain't bothering nobody. You have made the creator feed you. The creator fed you. That's divine. You just making up history because it sounds cute on your live and cute on the internet is not being divine. Miss Keisha said, who's the creator? Miss Keisha, the earth is your creator. Where do you think you get brown skin from? Miss Keisha? Clay and dirt made your skin brown. Where do you think carbon and melanin come from? Out the dirt. I'm just telling you. Let's keep going. Because I want a higher standard. I don't care who don't like me and who do. I ain't put here to be liked. I'm put here to set a higher standard. All this rambling off, running your mouth, we wasting time, bro. We ain't got no... it's a battle rapper that said something very powerful, and I never forget it. He said, "You're wasting my time. And I ain't even got that much of it to waste." We ain't got time to be over here playing, talking about missiles getting shot off the shoe bill, Stark. What the fuck is you talking about? Creepy old man. we just a marrying, we just inky children, the devil. We ain't got time for all that. We ain't got that much time for this shit, bro. We got to get back to the points. Now, this is a representation of Thoth with some type of knowledge. And see, it's all about, when you speak of Thoth, you speaking of wisdom getting passed down to your people. Thoth is the wisdom of sickness, wisdom of writing. Ain't Thoth the teacher of writing? Do anybody know who Thoth really is? The wisdom of writing, the wisdom of astrology. Right? So if this represents Thoth, this is some type of writing teachings on this artifact, the wisdom of Thoth. Right? Now, you must understand what our wisdom is to be able to break the code on this. Yes, it's the wisdom of medicine also, because medicine comes from agriculture. Agriculture, people use medicine to heal themselves. So medicine, math, writing, astrology, all wisdom of Thoth. And this Olmec statue is just like this. It's just two different sides of the world, but it's the same base culture. You get it? Let's keep going. I just want you to get a basic understanding for it. Then you get deeper into it as you go. You can't understand all of it at one time. You got to get a basic question of it, right? Yeah, that's a good question, Miss Keisha. We come from the planet. This planet. Read about Adama. Adamah. That's where they get Adam from. Adama. The ground, the dirt, the soil, the clay. Namu. Makes man out of a mound, out of red clay. Man out of mound, out of red clay. Namu is nature. Right? So they're talking about the red clay made, coming out of a mound, creation of our people. Great question. Egypt is not in America. This is convenient for us to say that, but this is Mizraim. Greece name Egypt. It's Mizraim. And it's a lot of more places all in one. It just ain't Mizraim. This a lot of different places. This Sidon, Mizraim, Cush, all it over here. See, all of it is here. The bloodline from Cush in America built Mesopotamia. The bloodline for Egypt is Mizraim. They built Egypt, the first Egyptians. The Levant, Phoenician, is the Sidonian from the Mississippi River, for sure. So you got to study that, right? Punt is Mexico. D-Hawk. Puntites. It's on the list of the bloodlines. It's in the Bible. But people don't understand it. Right? Now let's look here. There appears to have been Levantines among the Olmec migrants. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now I got a receipt that go along with what I've been telling y'all for years. Who is the Levantines? Now you gonna get it. I've been teaching this stuff for years. People still don't get it. Who are these holy people that these people are copying? Who built mounds on their land? You think it's all fake. It ain't all fake. Who is Levantines? I'm finna show you. Who is it? Where is Levant in the world? Where the hell is Levant in the world? See, now, I'm going to stop after this. I'm going to do the rest of this tomorrow. Because I want y'all to study this. I want y'all to study this shit. The Holy Land, D-Hawk. Let me pin D-Hawk. My dog. My dog. See, now I'm finna go over all you regular people head. See, all you, we ain't got nothing to do with no type of, nothing that come out of book. The white people gave us the book and enslaved us. I'm an Indian. No, you got to think deeper than that. Hell no. That ain't enough for truth. You can teach that to your little crowd and get your little followers and your little likes and cry about the Bible all day. I ain't on that shit because I know where they got it from. Now, why in the hell is they talking about the Holy Land? There appears to have been Levantines among the Olmecs. Let me show you what Levant is. See, you think these white folk got power, they ain't gave you nothing. Listen, look at this. What Levant? Israel, Jordan, Lebanon, Palestine, Syria. Ain't them the holy places? Why are the Olmecs looking like the Levantines? The Fertile Crescent. see, they talking about your people, but you think you gave these people so much power, you think they just made the story up to control you. They have no story. They just flipped enough of it to try to act like it was them. Let's go back to that receipt. Who are the people who put the mounds in Israel? Put that mound in Lebanon? Who grew the cedars of Lebanon in Lebanon? The cedar wood from America, right? Don't let this stuff go over your head. Y'all stick with me. The cedar wood is in America. Now, there appears to have been Levantines among Olmec migrants. The dignitary on an Olmec stela is bearded and has an aquiline nose. His lineage is further suggested by one of the retainers above who raises the index finger, an exclusively Levantine gesture signifying paying homage. Okay. Now there's a stela with the Olmecs with a Levantine-looking man on the rock, looking just like a Sumerian. see, this shit finna get deep. Now, ain't no way an Olmec is looking like a Hebrew. See, ain't nobody put it together yet. They the same people. They the same people. These bloodlines are all the same, bro. They just hiding them, acting like they ain't got nothing to do with each other. Our people came up with paleo languages from agriculture. Then they became religious. That's why it's a connection between Levant and the Olmec. The Olmec and the Egyptian. Now, paying homage, huh? Nowhere was the ibis sacred but in Egypt and in Mexico. The ibis was sacred in South America and Southeast America too. They just ain't gonna tell you that. But sacred in Egypt and Mexico, nowhere else was the ibis, which is Thoth, the name, right? It's strikingly similar to Egyptian Thoth, right? Ototl, O-T-O-T-L, Thoth. Same shit. Later, we shall see one Egyptian hieroglyphic in use among the Olmecs, which had the very same meaning. Olmecs have statues on the wall with their hands just like this, just like Sumerians. I've been showed y'all these receipts when nobody paying attention. Motherfuckers look just like Inky. And you want to call Inky the devil. No, Inky ain't the devil. Inky ain't no devil child, no devil seed, or none of that. Inky and Enlil represent the northern and southern stars. Enlil is north of the horizon. Inky is south of the horizon. You come up with mythology stories to teach about stars in the northern and southern hemispheres. Just this simple. They're going to teach you your own people were evil. And our people be teaching it. They don't know no better. Somebody else done taught them. They ain't going to study it on their own. Right? Now, Sumerians are looking like Levantines, which is the holy people in Jerusalem, Lebanon, Israel, Palestine, Syria. Melanated people built Israel, Palestine, Lebanon, Syria, the province of Turkey, Cyprus. The cedars of Lebanon was planted by our hands. Because cedars come from Tamari. We planted them at the mound site in Lebanon. We named the motherfucker Lebanon. We got an ancient Lebanon in America. Where we get the name from. That's the second cedars of Lebanon. But we took that seed from the cedar tree, planted it in Lebanon, Levant, and them trees grew, and we made ships on their land from our trees that we planted over there. These trees don't come from there. Lebanon is where the Phoenicians live, right? Okay. Just look at everything I'm trying to show you, bro. Just go check it out for yourself. Now, but why should we have a fish in his headdress unless it symbolizes the sea? The question is investigated in Appendix 1. Concluded that it's likely that Alp-2 fish that swims in the bow of the ship of the sun god. This possibly should be entertained in the view of the solar voyage. The solar voyage of the 9 Ennead. That's what they're talking about. At any rate, it is not surprised to find Syrians among the personnel of Egyptian ships. The delegation of Syrians is to be seen in the tomb of Ramses III, where Babylonians, this might explain the presence of Babylonian traits in Olmec, Mexico, which include the step temple of Ziggurat, cylinder seals, and a sequence of myths to do with the creation, the destruction, and the flood. These people are talking about ancient Babylon over there in the same traits of the Olmecs in Mexico. They built step temple ziggurats, mounds, cylinder seals, and a sequence of myths of creation, the destruction of the flood, and the flood. Among the Olmecs are Africoid types. They say, nowhere but in Egypt at the time were Levantines and black Africans intermingled. The colossal Olmec heads clearly represent Africans. They capping. It's really melanated people, but let's keep going. This is one of the over dozen excavated. That them broad noses and thick flashy lips, quite unlike the native Indians. Examination of Olmec skulls by a Polish anthropologist have independently detected a strong Africoid element, proof that there are just Africans, they say, but blacks from Egypt. Is there nowhere else at the time where African? Right, yeah. We all they gonna call, they call everybody African. Let's keep going. Everybody African. The RAMSES Nubian head from Tunis. Tunis, people. Tunis is where the Phoenicians lived. This ain't even in Egypt. Why is Ramses' head in Tunis? Because the Phoenicians and the Egyptians are kinfolk. They connected, people. I'm telling you. Tunis, which was the port from which expeditions were sent on the Mediterranean Sea. The resemblance extends to the incised parallel lines on the leather helmet. The other undoubted stamp of Egypt is that nowhere else at the time were colossal sculptures being carved and transported miles from their quarries. Here they were both 50 miles apart. Some of them weighed at least 40 tons. The powerful portrait testified that there were persons in authority. The technique of mountain stone carving did not exist in Mexico before the Olmec advent, they say. And now think that some among the Nubian crew may have been shipped captains. Remember that. Let's keep going. Stuff deep now. The leader of Hatshepsut's Punt expedition was called Nahasi, the Nubian. We know also that on Ramses III Punt expedition were ships, captains, inspectors, and petty officers. To conclude, with the aid of text and evidence from both sides, I have been able to surmise who were some of the people that took part of the great voyage to the west that included Egyptian priests, Nubians, and Levantines. Let's keep going. Now, this talks about gods from morning to midnight, right? Let's keep going. This is another chapter. Now, this is talking about in the form of a duck. It could not be the Egyptian god, the great cackler, right? At any rate, the Mexican picture is the exact rendition of the Egyptian text as one can imagine. There was later a Mexican festival described as Sahugan, in which men jumped into the water and began to cackle like ducks and other birds. As this was during the course of the festival, it recalls an Egyptian Book of the Dead which says, I cackle like a goose on the festival of the great being. Another monumental base in the Olmec date leads us once again back to Egypt and the beginning of things. An enormous stone basin was planted in the heart of the step pyramid of Titi Mahukan. Oh, whoa, hold on. Whoa, this word is powerful. Toti is the Thoth word, right? Huaca is them same people built them pyramids down there in Peru. This shows the original name of Teotihuacan. You get it? This shows that America knew about Thoth, Toti. T-O-T-I is Thoth. Hakan is the same people that built them pyramids in Peru. I just showed y'all that in this live. These people are really switching the name of this stuff, y'all. Tell you. I told you. Once you know your people language, you can hear it, you can see it. Now, Toti, watch this. Right there, T-O-T-I-M-I, Hakan. Toti, Tahuti. Different names for the exact same deity. Different names for the exact same deity. You see it? You see it? Now, why is the pyramid in Mexico named after Thoth? I'm going to stop right there, man. It's too much, bro. See, you got to go down a mean rabbit hole to bust this shit up. I'm telling you. You're going to be out in a rabbit hole for 36 hours straight. I'm telling you. Let's go back to that receipt. Now, when you put these words together, I was almost to the end of the lecture. I might go and finish it. This ain't nothing but 3 chapters. The book got like 8. I'm going to have to do this stuff for some more days. But where's their receipt? Hold on. Right here. Toti Mahakan, near Puebla, one of the earliest such structures in the Americas. That is Thoth, Toti. Hakan is them same people built them pyramids in Peru, where they was holding hands. The step pyramids of Toti, Hakan. Now, if this is in America, is it very possible these bloodline of people took that shit to Egypt? Am I tripping? Now you get to Egypt, the wisdom of Thoth came on a solar boat from the West with solar gods, records, structure building technology. Boy, listen to me, y'all. These hunter-gatherers damn near want me dead. Listen, y'all, I'm laughing because I don't give a fuck. Roll the coin. Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to break the code, bro. Somebody got to do it. I'm like Bernie Mac. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. Somebody got to break the code, bro. That Thoth teaching don't even come from Africa, bro. We got pyramids over here named after Thoth, bro. With American tribes on the back end. All right, let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Because y'all must have, you got to remember you got to watch my shit daily to understand what I be trying to show you, right? Right? Now, let's get to looking around, because people don't understand what the fuck I'm trying to show them. You got to watch this gangster shit daily. This is the most gangster shit on the planet. Huaca. Huaca pyramid. You see how it's built? You see that beautiful stone? See that beautiful stone by the Huaca? Okay. Now we starting to see the people who became the damn Egyptians. Because you got to go by building styles. Now look at these beautiful people working together, holding hands. Okay, y'all starting to get it? The first part of the name is Thoth. The last part is Hawakan. These people are building pyramids in South America. These the ancestors of the goddamn Egyptians. I'm trying to, okay. You get it? Yeah. They built the same style pyramid as the pyramid of Doja, the first pyramid on the Nile. A step pyramid. Then Thoth talking about the knowledge of our people coming to Africa. You better put it all together. Let's go back to that receipt. Right here, Hakan, near Pablo. Step pyramids. A enormous stone basin was planted in the heart. Step pyramid. There are frogs carved along the rim. The basin with frogs carved along the rim occurs nowhere else but in Egypt. In Egypt, the frog was a symbol of birth from the earth, people. And if the same meaning was implied by the counterpart, then the room in the pyramid could be the birth room. If so, this would be yet another link with Egypt, since there was birth rooms in Egyptians. Temples. The frog. The sperm. The semen. Birth. Creation. We already knew about all this stuff. They were building the pyramids and rooms to go along with the birth of people. This shit is amazing. Now, the Book of the Dead speaks of renewal of youth by being born in the birth room of Osiris. We shall now pursue the cycle of the sun from its rising and setting to its death and rebirth. What if were to show that it was every stage there are remarkable and precise parallels, which does not rule out any doubt whatever that the mission had been inspired by by this very purpose, and that in fact it had been a solar voyage. The cycle began in the first flush of dawn at the emergence of the sun. The helpers of the sun in Egypt danced and sang and praised and shouted. So in Mexico, the dead warriors shouted to the sun, emerged as the Maya epic tells that the ancestors who had come across the sea from the east performed the dance at sunrise. The Egyptian pictured the sun as passing through the body of the sky goddess Nut. Her body splits, the body of the sky goddess Nut. Her body splits too at the thighs, and the sun emerges from her vulva. And the text says, as is seen on the ceiling in the tomb Ramses compared a Mexican goddess from a codex or picture book, she also is upside down. Her legs do the splits. Crazy work. I'll screenshot that. That's what Nut is crisscross the sky in Egypt. They're saying the Mayan one is the same thing. See it? That's fire. Let's keep going. Now, Egyptian myth, it was supported by the corners of 4 gods who had been created while the world was still deluged. These are the sky supporters on the Ramses altar. In Maya myth, there also was 4 supported gods, the Bacabs, and moreover, they supported the 4 points world, which had been deluged. These Olmec supporters, they are referred to as Atlantis, after Atlas, actually uphold symbols where are none other than Egyptian hieroglyphics for the sky. This is the goddess Nut. Olmecs referred to this as Atlantis or after Atlas actually upheld symbols. Now, is this where they get the fallen angels from? Gotta get a little deep. Four different corners holding up different sides. 4 different angles. Right? Now, this is where they get this from. The 4 angels standing at the 4 corners of earth, holding back the 4 winds. The angels standing at the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, on the sea, or on any of the trees. Symbolism. The 4 corners, the 4 winds represent the 4 cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west, indicating that God's power and impending judgment to cover the entire earth. This is where the Bible get this from. You around here talking about they created it. Man, you crazy. No way. Smarten up. Open the market up, man. Folks ain't that sharp. Folks ain't that sharp, bro. Them folks is not that sharp, big dog. Now, shit over their head. Way over their head. Now that's what we got. Olmecs got it, Mayans got it, Egyptians got it. When you take this type of knowledge from our people and redo it, this knowledge is still powerful today. You can reuse that. This pure cocaine, I can hit it with some soda and still sell it. So I gotta explain this shit in hood terms. This pure cocaine, I can hit it, whip it up, and still sell it. It's still the best dope you gonna ever get. You can change this to religion and to the Bible, it's still powerful after you water whipped it to death. See, I gotta get this shit in hood nigga term to hood niggas. I can cut it and it's still going like hotcakes. Because it's so powerful coming from the earth. I gotta hit it with something. So when religion comes, they hit these stories with something. Redone them. Re-whipped them. Put they teachings, making them superior in our text, re-whip it, and give it back. It's still getting folks high. It's the only way I can explain it, bro. Roll the call. Now, this is Bess. This is Bess. He's found in South America and Egypt, holding up different uplifting the sky, uplifting of the sky. In Egypt, we had been treated simply as a myth, but was actually celebrated in the annual festival called Uplifting of the Sky. The Egyptian conceived the dawning sun as the child. Texts describe him as a child of the sky who dawns in the bow of his ship and sails with the king to the horizon in the bark, the solar bark of Ra. He is Horus, the child, the baby with the finger in his mouth. Here he is on the sun ship of Ramses temple. The baby with the finger in his mouth, acting like a baby. Everything got symbolism. Let me show you something. Whoa. Oh shit. You get it? The baby with the finger represents The baby Horace. Watch this. Bro, I'm telling y'all. If these elite hunter-gatherers, I'm telling y'all, what I'm teaching y'all is so over the... Bro, listen. These people will come blow my house up for teaching this shit. It's so powerful. They don't want you to know this shit. And you can explain it and people understand it. And I'm a problem to these people, bro. That's why I put all this shit on YouTube. I don't want nothing to go to waste. Bro, okay, the baby with the finger, the baby raw, hard. Let's keep going. Okay, y'all think it's a joke. Everybody think it's a joke. You see the baby with the finger? I told you the one braid represents child. So the one braid on the side of the Egyptian head is child, right? Thumb up to the mouth, goo goo gaga, roll the coin. Who else doing this shit? I'm retiring, bro. When I send y'all t-shirts, put them in a frame, I'm finna retire, bro. This say Truth done what he can fucking do, man. He out of there. He done what he could do. The nigga done what he could do. Look at the baby Wizzy Hoo Gaga. Baby Jesus with the finger up to his mouth. It's like that. Roll the cards. Everything a joke till I show you the receipts. Now, the Virgin Mary is Virgo. Isis. Jesus is Horus, Haru. Osiris is some type of god. It goes along with the seasons. What comes first? The spring. The spring represents Osiris. Then the sun is born. Right? Then the summer solstice comes. The eye of Horus. He's born. And then Virgo comes. Isis, the mother goddess, to take care of the newborn Horus of the summer. That's why she protects the harvest. She protects the river. The mother goddess protects the baby of the summer solstice. Don't it all make sense? That's why the Sphinx has Virgo face. The Sphinx is the protector of the river and the harvest. It's Virgo, the mother goddess, coming to save the day after the harvest in the spring. The spring, the summer harvest. Then the mother protects it all. That's where you get your Holy Trinity from. But a person who think they know everything, it's just a white man Thor. Where they get it from? They sure ain't created. They ain't got no power. Once you learn the truth, they have no power. Not 1 gram of it. It's just a replay of what your ancestors done. That's all it is. It's instant replay, nigga. You know what gonna happen. You already seen the live play. If you know the live play, you know the move. Okay, anybody know anything about sports, bro? I'm watching ESPN because I'm a Celtics fan. I see game 1, Knicks, and who the hell that was the Knicks played in the Eastern Conference Finals? The Knicks and the who before they played Wemby and them. Not the Spurs. The Knicks played somebody before the Spurs in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Cavs. That's what it was. That's what it was. Was it Atlanta? Y'all tripping, bro. So the Knicks beat Philly to go to the championship. It was the Cavs, bro. Y'all right. It was the Cavaliers. Okay. It's still game 7 with the Knicks and the Raptors. They put up a video, said game 1 of Knicks and Cavs in 2 days, and they still were playing the other team. This shit already rigged up. So why y'all showing me game 1 before the other team even beat the other team? You know what they showed me? They already know what's going to happen. If I was a gambler, I would have got my stupid ass up. They leaked the commercial. They ain't trying to do this shit. I would have got up and took my life savings and took the Knicks. I'm sitting there like I'm the next. When they beat them, I was sitting there sick. I'm like, I'm stupid as hell, bro. I just watched these people tell me the Knicks finna play. They finna beat the Cavs, bro. They sit there and told me. Next thing I know, I wake up the next couple of days, Knicks done beat the dog out the Cavs. I could have went and put Knicks money line with my whole life on the ticket. But anyway, I'm just trying to tell y'all something. If you know what's gonna happen, bro, it ain't no more. I already know where it come from. I know what's happening. They already told me the real story. I just gotta go find it. I know what's gonna happen. I use that to my advantage. When I know where something come from, you can't trick me no more. I can get over on you now. You leaked it. I'm leaking the information where they get this stuff from. So ain't no power. If you leak the information, bro, and people who understand what they're looking at, they use that. The same way I should have used that commercial to make me whatever I wanted. Because they gave it to me. I'm sitting there watching it. Knicks advanced past the Cavs. They still playing the Cavs. The game tomorrow. Oh, man, I probably got 2 good bets off of it. They already told you what's going to happen. Your ancestors already told you what's going to happen, bro. Right? These people just copying everything. Let's go back and look. I told y'all they don't have no writing system. They don't have no culture. They are stealing everything. Now, the Egyptian text which describes the Egyptian god Horus, the great falcon whose flight has reached the ramparts of the horizon. There was Horus the falcon in full flight on the RAMSES the third ship, as far as I know, and no other pharaoh. So if this is Horus, baby Horus, Hori, which they found on the walls in Utah, and this is the Olmec depiction of it. Hori, with that same symbol right there. Now, let me show y'all my connection. This is how I study. This is how I study. If this is Hori on the wall, you see that little bench? That little bench type glyph right there? Now let Truth read the real glyphs. Because I ain't no amateur. I ain't just gonna make some shit up. There go that little bench right there. Baby Horace. Hori. Let's go back to Utah. Let's go back to Utah. Roll. See, this your real history. This ain't no made up shit that sound good to get a like. That's trash, right? This the real deal. Now, Hori. Let's go back and find that receipt. You seen the little bench looking glyph, right? Now, in Utah, that same glyph, I gotta find it though. Let me see. It's at the top of one of these pages. Let me see. Hold on. I got to find it because now I got to show it to you. Hori, which is really Haru. Now, why is this stuff over here? Star, it's on top of this. Okay, let me see. 1 second, y'all. Let me find it. Right there. Right there. Now, this is the Hoven Weep inscription in Utah. On the walls in Utah. What they say? The little bench, Hori, chief, master, celestial being, king. This is on the walls in Utah. Hori. Hori is spelled Haru. Above, upon, chief. On the walls in Utah, the little bench with Hori equals chief, not pharaoh, nigga. Big chief, we know the fucking truth now, not the pharaoh. See, you get to the beginning, you can understand it now. Hori became Haru. Now look at the symbol on the walls in Utah. At the Hoven Weep inscription. Don't you ever forget where this is. Let me show you, if I can find it. I can't find it. But Hoven Weep, Hovenweep is where they found these glyphs. Chief, Hori. Hori is Haru. Hori, also spelled her or Haru. Chief. Something that is higher in position, rank, physical placement. Hori. Now, let's go look at the symbol again. On the wall in Utah. See the little bitch? Let's go back to the one in Egypt. Where the baby at. There you go right there. It's the same damn symbol. Put the coin in the chat. You see that little bench right there upside down in the glyph. It's the same damn symbol. Am I tripping? These elite receipts. Now, where does this Hori teaching come from? If it's found in Utah, and then it's the same glyph in Egypt. Then the damn baby kid sucking on his finger is baby Jesus, baby Horace. This shit is crazy, bro. Roll the card. Then you come back later on biblically, baby sucking on his damn finger with the Virgin Mary or Isis. This shit is wild. Okay. Let me go and finish this off, bro. I've been going hard for 3 hours. Let's keep on. Now, you start to see the man in the spaceship looking thing, right? Extraordinary conception in Egypt shown in the tomb of Ramses is that the goddesses of the West, who caught the sun in their arms and took it down into the underworld, right here. The gods of the West, the primordial water, the women, the mother goddesses, Noon, the goddesses of the West, who caught the sun in their arms and took it down into the underworld. Aztec literature describes women who lived at the falling place of the sun, who caught the sun in their arms and carried it in their hands, brought it down and left it where it enters the underworld. Let's keep going. An accurate caption of the Egyptian picture. Notice the scarab beetle standing on in the end in the same picture. Another Mexican text asks, what is the black stone standing on his head as it listens to the land of the dead? Back comes the answer. It is the beetle. If we in turn ask, where are there known to have been black stone beetles? The answer, in the temple of Ramses III. Monumental stone beetles were unknown outside of Egypt. Monumental stone beetles were unknown outside of Egypt. The ship of the sun did not have any easy time setting. The serpents attacked it, but the god self successfully slays it and depicted in the Egyptian picture. Black stone beetles. Monumental stone beetles were unknown outside of Egypt. Let's keep going. Set slaying the robber serpent on the prow of the evening bark. Here on an early Mexican relief in Izapa is a god slaying a serpent which is about to swallow a solar bark. The Izapan style should not blind one of what is going on. Stylistic change there may be, but the context is the same in both Mexico monuments and Egypt. It's the same stuff. Let's keep going. As the sun ship enters the underworld, it turns upside down. This is clear on the ceiling of the tomb of Seti I. Here it is the right way up. And then after the sky goddess swallows it, it becomes upside down. This is the Olmec version. Scarcely recognizable, but quite unmistakable, with the reed clumps on the prow, right? An empty cabin and crosses on the hull symbolic of the underworld. The great serpent arches over a god or man. He could be personified Mountain Manu, which the Egyptian Book of the Dead describes having a gigantic serpent, 50 cubits long, royal cubits long, with the flint-like jaws arching over its top. The two things taken together, the overarching snake and the upside-down boat, should be coupled with the knowledge. So they try to teach you this is some type of spaceship, but really they're talking about going down into the underworld, covered by the primordial waters of the snake. Water goes with the underworld. That's why Enki is the god of the water, the underworld. So when you put a snake around you, you are going on a divine trip to the underworld. That's what that means. It covers you. In Egypt, Noon represents the snake. She's covering people. Over here, this old snake god covering the man, still going into the underworld teaching. This stuff deep now, but it's the same. It looks different, but it has a very similar meaning, right? When transported, when the Egyptian sun god Ra entered the underworld and came to face with the chief god, Osiris, we are told that they united And this is shown usually by combining the lower half of one god with the upper half of the other. So in Egypt, you get this. Noon, Namu, the bighorn sheep, Namu. Creation, combining two things together. Then in Mexico, you get the two-sided Olmec, the two-sided mass of like a Mayan. Underworld, upper world, colliding, the two together. The same two gods are physically combined in Mexico. That'll be referring to vertically, the Mexican version, right? Ancient Mexico. Sun god on the left, by the usual attribute, hanging tongue, and again, the two united into one of the Olmec terracotta. Olmec terracotta, right? Figure has to be solar that proves that the child in the Olmec art must refer to the solar child. The solar child. Olmec solar child. Olmec solar child. That's what that is. That's what this is. Horus, the solar child of Egypt. This is the Olmec solar child. When is the solar child? The summer solstice. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Hold the hell on. I gotta ask a question real quick. This shit is deep. It don't get no deeper than this. Hold on. Roll the coin. Babies born on the summer solstice. My birthday is June the 23rd. Cross over the sign of Cancer. These babies are symbolically known as solar children, solstice children, soul children, deeply connected to maximum solar energy. Hold on, let's keep going back. Let's keep looking. This shit is crazy. Today my great grandma's birthday too, y'all. Roll the coin. In Egyptian mythology, Horus is known as the solar deity. Now, hold on. They lying about something. Okay, intellectual rising. Okay, that's what it is. In the intellectual rising. Now you put that with, hold on. It makes sense. Y'all give me 1 second. It makes perfect sense. The solar child, born in the intellectual rising Horus eye, blends ancient Egyptian mythology with the astrology of the summer solstice. It points to the reborn sun, The child god Horus emerging from the underworld. That's what it is. I knew I wasn't tripping. Because they try to say it got something to do with Christmas, but they using the helixual rising for Horus and not the summer solstice. So the helixual rising, Horus eye, blends with ancient Egyptian mythology and astrology. It points to the reborn sun, the child god Horus, or Haru, emerging from the underworld. The helixual rising of the star Sirius, associated with the goddess Isis. The Eye of Horus. The Eye of Horus and Isis symbolize the protection of Isis over Horus. Okay. I get it. This is the sun child. This is the helixual sun child that comes along with the harvest. Helixual rising. The sun child. Watch this. That's what they talking about. The damn roller coin. These people talking about, and that became associated with this other stuff, with biblical stuff. That's why baby Jesus got his finger in his mouth just like Horus and the Olmec one. Right? Same stuff. The Olmec version, right? It's something here I wanted to we were just talking about. Two are united into one Olmec terracotta proves that the child in the Olmec art must refer to the solar child. The solar child in Egypt is Horus. It's the same stuff. The more you learn. El Negrito Olmec, Egyptian style statue laid the same way. Laid the same way, people. Same artifacts. This is talking about like gymnastics and people doing gymnastics with artifacts from Egypt and America. I'm just running through it real quick now. Roll the coin. This is talking about Anubis, right? Anubis on artifacts from America, and then Anubis head, like mask on people. It's the same stuff over here and over there. Anubis, right? Woo! That's just the 3 chapters I want to show y'all today. That book got more chapters. I'm going to go through the rest of that book tomorrow. We're going to start at chapter 4. Chapter 3, there was a whole lot on its own, as y'all can see. But it's very well needed to put these cultures together to make it all make sense. Right? Now we starting to understand where a whole lot of this stuff come from. Like, the solar child. I always looked at this statue right here. And it just gives you the depiction of just a child, right? But it's always bigger than what you think it is. Right? So, if they lying about your culture, you just think it's just a baby picture or baby statue. But this is representing the solar child coming back in the helixual rising. This stuff is deep. Horus the child depicted with his finger. Horus the child depicted with his finger. Watch this. Depicted, Horus the child, commonly depicted with his finger to his lips, a symbol of childhood. Shaved head featuring only a side lock of youth, a single braided lock of hair on the side of his head. Crazy work. Look at that, bro. Look at that, bro. Look at that, bro. Come on, y'all. Horus the child. That's crazy. Look at that. That's crazy, bro. The solar child, bro. This shit is amazing. Bro, this is amazing. Now, roll the coin. Let me find a good statue, man. That's crazy. Now, this the same thing the Olmecs is doing. Bro. Finger up the mouth. Man. Roll the coin, bro. I'm through for the day, y'all, bro. Let me close the laptop. I just be having to brain bang with myself sometimes because don't nobody understand, bro. Like, listen. It's so much knowledge we ain't even touched, y'all. We ain't even close. We running around with egos, acting like we know everything. We don't know shit. We don't truth now don't know nothing, bro. I ain't claiming to know nothing. I'm done. When it comes to our ancient culture, I don't know nothing. I learn something new every day. But what's so amazing about it is all of the knowledge corresponds together. See, once you see one part and you know the other part, like I just thought about it. I'm like the solar child, Horus, it got something to do with the celestial rising of Sirius. So that was the solar child. Right? Because they want to teach you that it got something to do with wintertime, but that ain't it. It's not the summer solstice, it's the celestial rising. So that comes like a day or two before the summer solstice. But anyway, they are symbolizing that rising with a child, which became Haru or Hari, the falcon, rising. It's so many different connections to the information. And when people put this type of knowledge in a book that they don't expect you to read, it's the same symbol in Utah. This is the same solar child of the Olmec. All this is divine. All of it. I love y'all. I'm in love with you. I gotta take a break. I'm gonna start back studying this late at night. Like I wake up 3, 4 in the morning and just studying. But this is deep. We're gonna go to chapter 4 tomorrow, right? This is the book. If y'all want to go try to pre-read it or whatever, it's called Father of Ancient America, Ramses III. Got a lot of receipts, but you gotta correspond it with the other knowledge, American knowledge, African knowledge, people that became American Indian knowledge, Mayan knowledge, pyramid, all that stuff go together. Our story is the greatest story ever told, people. Love you know I'm in love with you. Y'all be safe out there, man. Roll the coin. Hit me up in the DM for the t-shirts. And everybody's t-shirt getting mailed out this week. So y'all ain't got it, you know. They on the way. We are